Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. And one last thing, don't forget to be awesome. Yeah, man. Sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about AEW Dynamite for March the 2nd, 2022. So yeah, this is the go-home show before Revolution. And overall, man, this is a really, really good show. Enjoyed the show. And I loved the announcement, the big announcement that Tony Khan had. You know, he was promoting it all day, saying that he had a huge announcement tonight for AEW Dynamite. And we found out what it was. You know, a lot of people there were fantasizing on what the announcement was. But we did ended up finding out what the announcement was. It was Tony Khan. He's the new owner of Ring of Honor. So that's a big deal too, man. That's a big deal because Ring of Honor is no more, no pun intended, no more. But they were supposed to relaunch in April, and so yeah, so Tony Khan is the new owner of Ring of Honor. This is a great thing for Ring of Honor. It gives Ring of Honor more exposure. People that don't know what Ring of Honor is, you know, they'll finally know what it is. But yep, yeah, it was a shock to me. It was a shock to me. You know, I didn't expect it. I thought he was gonna end up buying Impact, to be honest, but yeah, Ring of Honor, man. Tony Khan's name under Ring of Honor is a great deal, man. And cannot wait to see what's next with Ring of Honor under Tony Khan's management. And so yeah, man. So yeah, so that was the big thing that came out of tonight's show. I love the beatdown that MJF had gave CM Punk, you know, during the show, beating him up, bloodying up CM Punk before their dog collar match. And you know, we had some great matches too on the show too tonight. Bryan Danielson and Christopher Daniels had a great match. And that tag team Casino Battle Royale was crazy, man. It was all over the place. And we had that trios main event with Adam Cole and ReDRagon versus John Silver, Alex Reynolds, and Hangman Adam Page. So yeah, that was a really fun match too. Yeah, just like what I said before, this is the go home show before Revolution. And I said this last week during the AEW Dynamite review. You know, this could be Revolution could be the best pay-per-view of 2022. Like when 2022 is over, this could be one of the best pay-per-views of this year. And I said this over and over and over again. I said this last week over and over and over again. They are stacking up AEW Revolution, man. They are absolutely stacking up this show. And man, I don't know which match will be the match of the night, man. But we have all these great matches on Revolution, and I can't wait, man. Cannot wait for Sunday. But yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with AEW Dynamite. So yeah, so this is the AEW Dynamite review for March the 2nd, 2022 on the Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man, I say this all the time in the intro. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You know, hit the thumbs up if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here because I'm here each and every single week, man. And yeah, man. And before I go to the review, man, I'd like to thank everybody, all my subscribers, man. We have 300 subscribers, man. We just hit 300 subscribers, so thank you guys for the love and support for the show. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. And also, man, I have an announcement myself. Tony Khan had an announcement tonight, and so now I have an announcement right now on the Ryan Awesome Show. So yeah, for next week, man, yeah, I've been telling you guys that I've been training to be a wrestler, and I'm in my 4th month now. I'm currently in my 4th month of training in pro wrestling. So now for next Saturday, March the 12th, it's gonna be my very first match, my very first professional wrestling match, and it's gonna be on March the 12th. So yeah, so it's gonna be in Morgan City, Louisiana. So for any guys that's out there in the Louisiana area, if you guys want to come out, I'm gonna leave the information down in the description if you guys want to come out and support me. But yeah, so that's my huge announcement, and I can't wait for it, man. I'm very excited, man. Very excited and thankful that I was able to follow my dream. So yeah, man. So that was my big announcement tonight for AEW Dynamite. We're live in Daly's place in Jacksonville, Florida. So they're back home. And so yeah, so first off, man, we started off the show with Tony Khan's big announcement.
Thank you, Tony. Normally, I'm the one keeping people on time, so I'm going to make sure we get to the wrestling tonight. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being here. Everyone here and everyone at home, you're the ones that kept this company and this business going through this pandemic. Thank you for being here tonight. Tonight is a big night.
Yeah.
We're going to have a big week. This is the biggest week in the history of this company.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the road to Revolution. This Sunday on pay-per-view and ahead of Revolution, I have a huge announcement tonight. It's something big, and I really appreciate you all being here. You know, when we started AEW 3 years ago, it was out in that parking lot.
Yes.
And I know a lot of you were here at the very beginning, out there, at the very beginning. Well, it was about 17 years before that, another wrestling company started, a wrestling company known as ROH.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor.
Yes.
And I've been a fan of Ring of Honor for a long time, a huge fan. So you can imagine I'm very excited because today I signed a deal. I just became the new owner of Ring of Honor.
Yeah. And it popped the crowd, man. Listen to the crowd.
Shane's not here. There's no Shane.
He made a reference to Shane McMahon when Shane McMahon said that I'm now the new owner of WCW. He made a reference to Shane. So yeah, I thought that was funny, man.
It's me. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Ring of Honor, 20 years ago, last week, they launched with an Era of Honor, one of the biggest events they ever had. And the first show, the Era of Honor begins. The main event, you were there? Well, you know who else was there and he was out in the parking lot? Christopher Daniels.
Yeah.
He's an AEW original. He's a Ring of Honor original. He's been there for the start of both companies. And the man he wrestled, neither one of them won that night in the main event, and it's been eating both of them up for 20 years. The man he wrestled is here tonight, and it's the man who's going to wrestle Jon Moxley at Revolution for the first time ever in Daly's place.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is.
Bryan Danielson.
Wow, Tony Khan.
So yeah, man. So yeah, so we start off the show, man. We start off the show with our first match of the night. So yeah, man. So yeah, man. So yeah, as I said before, man, Ring of Honor, it was supposed to relaunch in April. You know, they had to take a hiatus. But yeah, man. So yeah, they are in great hands, bro. Ring of Honor is in great hands. You got a guy like Tony Khan, bro, a huge wrestling fan, a wrestling encyclopedia. This dude know everything about wrestling. But yeah, and I said this too earlier, man. It just gives Ring of Honor more exposure. I'm very excited for this, man. Very excited. And you know, I'm waiting for Ring of Honor to relaunch, man. Cannot wait for it. But yeah, man, Ring of Honor it is gonna do better now. Now that Tony Khan has his hands on Ring of Honor, it's gonna be a better place for Ring of Honor. What a way to start off the show, man. What a way to start off the show. So our first match to start off the show, we had Bryan Danielson versus Christopher Daniels. So two former Ring of Honor world champions. Speaking of Ring of Honor. And so yeah, man. So Bryan and Daniels, they did the Code of Honor handshake. So yeah, that's a thing in Ring of Honor, the Code of Honor handshake. So you shake hands before the match, and you shake hands after the match. That's the rules of the Code of Honor. And so yeah, man. So both of these guys, they were going back and forth. CD hit a springboard moonsault to Bryan outside the ring, and so Bryan, he had kicked Danielson in midair, and so we had the yes kicks to CD. And so yeah, both CD and Bryan, they were going back and forth with chops. We had a Blue Thunder bomb to Bryan, and then an STO to Bryan, and then a German suplex to CD. And so we had a running corner dropkick to CD. And so we had chops and kicks to CD in the corner, and we had a diving crossbody to Bryan. And so at that point, right after that, both of these guys, they were trading pinfalls and they were trading strikes. And we had a rolling elbow to CD, and CD had kicked out. And then we had a Uranagi to Bryan. And so at one point, Christopher Daniels, he tried to go for his finishing move, the BME, or the best moonsault ever. But Bryan, he had reversed it and turned it into the triangle sleeper to win the match. So CD, I believe he passed out. So therefore, Bryan Danielson wins the match. And so yeah, so that was it with that. Great match, and great back and forth, and a great match to start off the show, man. But right after that, we had Bryan Danielson. He spoke right after the match.
Let's hear it for Christopher Daniels. But here's the thing. I'm not in Ring of Honor. I'm in AEW. And it's time to kick somebody's head in.
So yeah.
Come on. He cannot do this.
Oh.
Use better judgment.
So he's stomping on.
What is he trying to prove here? What the hell is he trying to prove? He already
So
put Christopher Daniels to sleep, completely unnecessary by Bryan Danielson.
So yeah, so Bryan, he did shake his hand while he was on the ground, and so he grabbed his hand and he just started doing his signature stomps to Christopher Daniels' face. And Bryan is a freaking savage, man. He is a savage. I love this new Bryan Danielson, man. He works better as a heel. Like, this dude is a great good guy and a great bad guy, but I enjoy his heel work better, man. Yeah, right after he stomped on Daniels' head, we had Jon Moxley. His music had played. He walked out through the crowd. And so yeah, so Moxley, he grabbed the microphone. So Moxley, he said that I'm reading this off of Ringside News. So shout out to Ringside News. So yeah, so Moxley, he has said that he sees Bryan is better than ever. He is more violent than ever. But there is two paths he can walk. Moxley, he said that you think he'll get his head kicked in, but it's not gonna happen. And so yeah, Moxley said he will walk another path, and he will walk through Bryan Danielson. And so yeah, so Moxley, he said that he will beat Bryan Danielson. And so the story of Jon Moxley is just beginning, and he will write the first chapter this Sunday in blood. And so yeah, so Moxley, he said that if you want to prove him wrong, take your shot. So yeah, so come at him. And so yeah, so Bryan, he dropped the microphone and he went in Jon Moxley's face, and and he walked out. And he walked out. So he got out of the ring. So yeah, that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, man, great stuff, man. And just like what I said before, I'm enjoying Bryan Danielson's heel work, and I cannot wait for that match with Bryan and Moxley, man. Almost every single match on Revolution could be the main event of the show, of the pay-per-view. But yeah, man, this could probably be one of the best matches on that show, man. Every single match on Revolution is gonna be a great match. But yeah, it's gonna be hard to choose like which match will be the match of the night. But yeah, man, that was it with that, and definitely cannot wait to see Bryan versus Moxley at Revolution. So yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, so right after that we had Sting and Darby Allin. They were backstage and they spoke.
So this Friday at Rampage, heavy-duty fines and indefinite suspensions for anyone who would try to get involved in the match, the triple threat match. I'm not worried, it's no bother to me. Darby, is it any bother to you?
Not at all. I didn't need anybody's help when I won the TNT Championship in the first place, and I'm not going to need anybody's help Friday. Sammy, no matter what happens on Friday, we are teaming up on Sunday at Revolution. You, me, and Sting to take on Hardy, Andrade, and Isaiah. And we're going to do what we always do, baby. Steal the show, because ain't nobody getting more psychotic than us. But as for Rampage, TNT Championship, it's showtime.
And so yeah, man, so that was it with that. So it's gonna be a triple threat match between Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Andrade El Idolo for the TNT Championship match in a triple threat match. Nobody can get involved. in that triple threat match on Rampage, or somebody will get suspended or fined. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, and of course they have a trios tag team match. So it's gonna be Sting, Darby Allin, and Sammy Guevara versus Isaiah Cassidy, Matt Hardy, and Andrade El Idolo. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with that. And so right after that, we had the tag team casino battle royale. And so the winner of this match, the winner of this battle royale, they'll be added to the AEW World Tag Team Championship match against the Jurassic Express and ReDRagon. So yeah, so to start off the battle royale, we had FTR. So that's Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler versus Top Flight. So that's Darius Martin. So welcome back to Darius Martin and Dante Martin. So yeah, Darius, he was out for a very long time. I was worried about him, man. I was wondering, man, when is he gonna come back, man? But yeah, so it's great to see Darius back with his brother. So this tag team battle royale was kind of like the Royal Rumble, but a tag team style Royal Rumble match. Every 90 seconds, another tag team came out to the ring, and that's what it was. That's what it was, like a tag team Royal Rumble. But yeah, man, this match was all over the place, man. All over the place. I tried my best to jot down as much notes as I could. Both of these teams, they were going back and forth. And so our next team came out, the Acclaim. So that's Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. They came out. And then the next team was the Dark Order. So that's Allen Angels and Dark Order's number 10. And they took out everybody. And so our next team came out, the Butcher and the Blade of the AHFO. And they took out everyone. And so Angels, he got eliminated by FTR. And so our next team came out, the Varsity Blondes. So that's Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr. And so Brian Pillman Jr., he got eliminated during a commercial break. And so our next team came out was Bear Country. So that's Bear Boulder and Bear Bronson. And so the next team that came out after them was Santana and Ortiz, Proud and Powerful. And they went right after Bear Country. And so Bronson got eliminated by Proud and Powerful. And Boulder got eliminated by Proud and Powerful, which means Bear Country is eliminated. And so yeah, so Caster, he got eliminated. And so our next entrant came out, the Best Friends. So that's Trent and Chuck Taylor. And so yeah, so Griff Garrison, he got eliminated by Bowens. So that means that the Varsity Blondes are completely out. So Pillman got eliminated first, which gave Griff Garrison a chance to win it for his team. But Griff ended up getting eliminated too by Bowens. So yeah, that's another thing I love about these tag team battle royales too, man. Like if one member gets eliminated, then the other team member has a shot to win the battle royale for your team. So I love that. I love that aspect of the tag team battle royale, because if it was in WWE, if one member would have got eliminated, then the whole team would have got eliminated. So that wasn't fair, man. So yeah, that's why I like everything that they do in AEW better, man. Our next entrant came out, the Dark Order. So that's Evil Uno and Stu Grayson of the Dark Order. And so they saved number 10, their Dark Order mate, from elimination. And so yeah, so the Blade got eliminated. I forgot by who, but the Blade got eliminated and the Butcher got eliminated by the Dark Order. So Butcher and Blade are completely out. And so we had a big rig to Bowens from FTR. And so our next team came out, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. And I was like, yes, they are the winners. And so yeah, so we had FTR and the Bucks. They were standing face to face because of course they have history too. You know, they fought for the AEW World Tag Team Championships years ago during the pandemic. And so yeah, man. So everybody, you know, right after the Bucks and FTR, they were staring face to face. Everybody else in the tag team battle royale had took out the Bucks and FTR. And so our next team came out, the Wingmen. So that's Peter Avalon and Ryan Nemeth. And so our next team came out, the Gun Club, aka the Ass Boys, Austin and Colton Gunn. And so we had an Ass Boys chant from the crowd. And so yeah, so we had the big rig to Austin from FTR. And so yeah, both Austin and Colton, they were eliminated by FTR and the Bucks. So Colton and Austin, they're both eliminated. And so our next team came out, Lee Johnson and Brock Anderson of the Nightmare Family, or the Nightmare Factory, whatever you want to call them. And so yeah, so we had a double A spine buster to Bowens from Brock, so shades of daddy right there. And so yeah, man, so yeah, we had number 10. Number 10 got eliminated by Bowens, and Chuck got eliminated by Ortiz, and both of the Wingman members got eliminated too. And so yeah, so Stu Grayson, he got eliminated by Anthony Bowens. So Bowens, he kept getting eliminations in this match. So yeah, so Bowens eliminated Stu Grayson. And so yeah, so our next team came out 2.0, so that's Matt Lee and Jeff Parker. And so Brock, he got eliminated by the Bucks, and then Lee Johnson got eliminated. So the Nightmare Factory is out. And so yeah, so we had Bowens, he got eliminated by Darius Martin. So the Acclaim are out of it. because Max Caster got eliminated earlier. And so yeah, we had Evil Uno. Evil Uno and Trent Beretta, they were fighting on the ring apron. And so we had Danhausen. He came from under the ring and he just stared at Evil Uno and he caused Evil Uno to get eliminated. And they said on commentary that he got cursed by Danhausen. And so so he ended up getting eliminated by Trent. And so yeah, man, I didn't know what that was about, man. I really don't know what that was about. But yeah, we had Proud and Powerful and 2.0. They were fighting on the ring apron. And then Jeff Parker and Matt Lee, they both got eliminated by Proud and Powerful. And so yeah, 2.0, they were being sore losers about it. And so they yanked Santana and Ortiz off of the ring apron, eliminating both of them. So Santana and Ortiz are out. And so yeah, so Trent ended up getting eliminated. And so yeah, so Proud and Powerful, they were fighting 2.0 outside of the ring because they eliminated them. And so yeah, so the final three teams were Top Flight, FTR, and the Young Bucks. And so yeah, so Dante and Cash, they eliminated each other, because they were going back and forth and they ended up eliminating each other. And then ReDRagon, who were not in the match, who won last week's Battle Royale, they came out and they distracted Dax Harwood. And so yeah, so Dax, he got eliminated by the Bucks. And so ReDRagon, they attacked Dax outside the ring. And so yeah, so our final 2-on-1, so we had a 2-on-1 situation with the Bucks versus Darius. And so yeah, so Darius, he tried fighting for his life, but the numbers were too much for him. And so at one point we had Brandon Cutler, he had saved Nick Jackson from elimination. And so yeah, so Matt and Nick, they were about to go for the Indie Taker or the Meltzer Driver, whatever you want to call it. Darius, he had pushed Matt Jackson into Nick Jackson. So yeah, that could have been catastrophic, man. The way that Nick was on the top rope, he almost lost his footing on the top rope, and he ended up getting eliminated accidentally by Matt Jackson. So yeah, so the final two were Matt and Darius. They were going back and forth, and they were also fighting on the ring apron. So Matt, he had low blow Darius, and so Matt, he had super kicked Darius off of the ring apron to win the match and to eliminate Darius Martin. And so yeah, so the Young Bucks wins the match and are added to the Tag Team Championship match at Revolution. And yeah, man, as I said before, man, I tried my best to keep as much notes as I could, but I couldn't, because the match was all over the place, man. So many bodies, man. But yeah, we all knew this. We all knew that the Bucks were gonna win based off of how the story was going with dissension in the Super Elite. So you kind of knew that the Bucks were winning. And so yeah, man. So yep. So it's gonna be Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus the Young Bucks versus ReDRagon in a triple threat match at Revolution for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. So yeah, cannot wait for it, man. Cannot wait for it. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with that. And so right after that, we had the influencer, Chris Jericho, Le Champion, Chris Jericho. He was backstage and he spoke.
The entire wrestling world is buzzing over the announcement of Eddie Kingston versus Chris Jericho this Sunday at Revolution after our promo segment. Well, Eddie, you probably don't know what a promo is, right? After our conversation on Dynamite last week. Congratulations, kid. You're finally becoming the big star that I always knew you would be. But it's hard for me still to relate to a guy like you because I've been such a big star for so long and you haven't. But this Sunday, you finally get your chance, Eddie, to win the big one. To beat Chris Jericho. And like I said last week in AEW, I am the big one. So, Eddie, I want you to look deep down inside. Do you really think you have what it takes to beat me? To beat the influencer? Do you really think you have the self-confidence to get over your fear of success? I don't think you do. But if you can beat me, I will look you in the eye, I will shake your hand, and I will tell you you have my undying respect. But if you don't beat me, and you won't, I'm gonna look you in the eye, laugh at your pathetic ass, and tell you to GFY.
GFY. Uh-oh. Santana and Ortiz showed up. Jericho put his fist out for a fist bump. And they gave him a fist bump. Santana and Ortiz gave him a fist bump. And yeah. Good. And so they nodded. So there.
I always got your back.
And that was it, man. That was it with that, man. So, so of course it's gonna be Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston at Revolution. Now I think something will happen in this match, man. That's gonna cause Jericho to lose. I say that Santana and Ortiz they turn their back on Jericho and align themselves with Eddie Kingston. That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but that's what I think. That's what I think is gonna happen. And so yeah, so right after that we had CM Punk came out to the ring and he spoke.
And I think he does.
I used to wake up every morning, splash water on my face, and I'd look at myself in the eyes in the mirror, and I'd ask myself, am I the bad guy? I never really had an answer, and of course, I don't truly believe that everybody thinks that they're the bad guy in their own story. I mean, up until a week ago, I was certain that Max was the bad guy. And I'll say right now, I think what Max did last week, for him to come out here and bare his soul like that on national television, I think that takes courage. And it's courage that, yes, I did not think he had. He spoke about a lot of important things, a lot of deep things. But I also can't shake the feeling that I'm being gaslit. I'll make it very clear to everybody here and especially everybody at home, I don't think Max is lying. I believe those things happened to him. Where my questions lie is in his sincerity, and I must be getting soft in my old age because I just don't know if it matters. There's a famous picture of me on the internet, very young, with Steve Austin.
Oh yeah, I saw that. With the spike hair.
And after much lesser men framed him as somebody who took his ball and went home, I didn't get mad at the world. I didn't lash out and do horrible things. And since I've been here in AEW, I've seen Max knock out the legendary Dean Malenko, who's suffering from Parkinson's. I've listened to Max bury Brian Pillman Jr.'s father, the late, great Brian Pillman, in his hometown. I had to sit in back and watch Max say awful things about Darby Allin's uncle. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Here's one fact that I know is hurt people hurt people.
And so yeah, so once again, I'm reading this off of Ringside News. So shout out to Ringside News once again. So yeah, so Punk he has said is he Dr. Frankenstein and MJF is the monster. And so yeah, so Punk he has said there is nothing he can say, but there is something he can do. And so he wants MJF to come out to the ring to talk to him. MJF came out to no theme music and Punk spoke to him.
I've done horrible things in my life. I used to be you. So full of hate. But listen, man, I poured alcohol down an alcoholic's throat. I covered a legendary wrestler in the ashes of his dead beloved manager.
Paul Bearer.
I mocked a wrestler's addiction until he lost his job because of it.
Jeff Hardy.
And I'm here to tell you right now that all that hate, it's not just going to keep you warm. It's going to burn you up.
Oof. So yeah, so Punk, right after that, he said that respect isn't given, it's earned. And this is bigger than wrestling. This is about a 11-year-old kid who looks up to MJF. The way that MJF looked up to Punk when he was 11 years old. And so yeah, so Punk, he had said this morning, he asked himself if he was the good guy. The answer was he sure is trying. And so yeah, so Punk, he put his hand out to try to shake MJF's hand. And so MJF, gave him a low blow. So yeah, so look, he gave him the hug. Oh!
Right down the middle.
They gave him a low blow.
Low blow. Almost feels premeditated.
And continued And then yeah, he beat him up and gave him the heat seeker. And so we had Shawn Spears and Wardlow. They came out. So yeah, he took off his jacket. He took off his jacket and he took off his shirt. And in the shirt it had a picture of Punk and MJF, of course, when MJF was 11 years old and he met CM Punk. And so yeah, so Shawn Spears and Wardlow, they came out, and so MJF, he had blasted Punk with a Dynamite diamond ring. And so the security people, they try to break up, the attack, but FTR, they took out the security team. And so yeah, so Punk, he was bleeding after that ring shot, that Dynamite ring shot, that Dynamite diamond ring shot. And so yeah, so Spears, he came out with the dog collar, and he wrapped the dog collar around CM Punk's neck. MJF, he smeared CM Punk's blood on his shirt, like he smeared it on that white T-shirt. So yeah, this is the
Way too far.
Punk.
You stupid old man.
Ugh.
I'm a snake. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he doesn't exist. And this Sunday at Revolution, I'm gonna show you and all these mindless sheep that I am the devil himself.
Oh. He's choking him. Spears is choking him with the dog collar. And that was it, man. So right after that, we had Darby Allin, Sting, and Sammy Guevara. They chased off the Pinnacle. And so at that point, I was like, what took them so long? But yeah, that was it, man. It was a great attack, man. And dude, it reminded me of Shawn Michaels. It reminded me of Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels when they had their feud. Not in 2008, but in 2003. Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels, they had a WrestleMania match. I think it was at WrestleMania 19. Yeah, WrestleMania 19, 2003. I believe that Shawn Michaels beat Jericho. I believe he did. And, Jericho and Shawn Michaels, they hugged each other, out of respect. And so, yeah, he ended up hugging him, and he ended up low blowing Shawn Michaels. So it reminded me of that, because of the hug and then the low blow. But yeah, man. So yeah, when he gave him the hug, dude, I kind of saw it coming. I was like, man, he's gonna low blow this dude. And so yeah, man, cause he's MJF, dude. He is freaking MJF. Of course he would do something like that. But yeah, I did love the visual with MJF smearing Punk's blood on his shirt and all that stuff. I thought that was really cool, man. Over the shirt with the picture of Punk and MJF. Cannot wait for their match, man. That dog collar match. We already saw parts of it. We just saw parts of it, but yeah, man, I can't wait to see the rest of it. But yeah, man, so that was pretty much it with that. And so of course it's gonna be MJF and CM Punk at Revolution in a dog collar match. And so yeah, man, so right after that we had Tony Schiavone. He was backstage and he interviews the Limitless Keith Lee.
Back on Dynamite with Limitless, Keith Lee was qualified for the Face of the Revolution ladder match coming up on Sunday. But before then, on Rampage Live on Friday, you have a tune-up match. Greetings and salutations. Enough of.
Oh man, so Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs, they interrupted Keith Lee's interview again, just like they did last week.
That's twice you've interrupted me, and if there's a third Ricky Starks, there will be none of you left to interrupt me.
None of me. Hey man, I'm just here to let you know Rampage is Stark's country.
And I'm the president.
And with that being said, I just want to give you a fair warning. If you show up on Rampage, you may not make it to Revolution. And I'm just trying to be a good brother and give you the heads up, all right? So, I'll see you when I see you.
And I will be there.
And so yeah, man, so that was it with that. So yeah, so right after that we had a tag team match, and it was Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D, who is the AEW Women's World Champion, and Jamie Hayter with Rebel in their corner versus Mercedes Martinez and Thunder Rosa. So yeah, both of these teams, they went right after each other. You had a sling blade to Martinez from Baker, and then Hayter and Martinez, they were going back and forth. And then Rebel, she had got involved in the match, and she had grabbed at Rosa's foot, and so the heels had took control of the match during a commercial break, picture in picture, of course. And so Martinez, she started to fight back. She had a T-bone suplex to Hayter, and then Hayter had kicked out. And we had a super kick to Martinez from Britt. And we had a Death Valley driver to Britt from Rosa, and then Hayter, she had broke up the pin. And to end the match, man, we had a Fire Thunder driver to Dr. Britt Baker from Thunder Rosa to win the match. So Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Martinez wins the match. And so yeah, I did not like this outcome, dude. Did not like this outcome. Why? Like I say this all the time, bro. Why is the champion losing? Champions should never get pinned. They should never get pinned. Never. I just hate seeing champions lose, get pinned, and get submitted in non-title matches, man. I hate that stuff, bro. I really do. But yeah, that was it with that. Was not a fan of this, man. Did not like the fact that Dr. Britt Baker had to take the pinfall. Jamie Hayter could have took that pinfall. She could have took the pinfall. But Dr. Britt Baker, your champion? No. She should not lose. Period. And so yeah, so right after that we had a backstage interview. So Alex Marvez, he was backstage, he interviews Tay Conti with Anna Jay in her corner.
Tay Conti, you accepted the open challenge for the TBS Championship this Sunday at Revolution. You have a black belt in judo. You have a Brazilian jiu-jitsu blue belt. How do you hope this martial arts background helps you against Jade Cargill?
Well, of course they are here.
Oh man. So we had Smart Mark Sterling and Jade Cargill interrupted the interview.
Of course they are here.
Bitch, shut up before I kick you in the face again.
Ooh.
Nobody gives a damn about that karate shit.
Oh.
Hold on a second. Obviously, someone didn't read the fine print. If you so much as harm a green hair on her head, we will take that opportunity away from you faster than you can say jujitsu. That's right.
It's okay.
Thankful
It's okay.
I gave you this opportunity.
All right. Let's go.
That bitch. That bitch.
So yeah, so that was it with that. So of course we have a match, TBS Championship match, Jade Cargill versus Tay Conti for the TBS Championship. And yeah, man, so that was it. Jay actually looks better, man, with the green hair. But yeah, that's just my opinion. She looks better with the green hair because she is money. Right after that, we had Sammy Guevara, the TNT champion. He did his cue cards, you know, his old shtick with the cue cards. Yeah, so Sammy Guevara said that fine suspensions, why is that what it takes just to get a fair match with you? And so Matt Isaiah Andrade, can you do nothing on your own? When I won this belt, I didn't need or want help. The inner circle didn't fight my battles. I did, which is why I respect you, Darby Allin. You did it the same way. Every fight with you has been fair. This Sunday will be an honor to fight alongside with you and the icon Sting. And so, yeah, make no mistakes though. This Friday, you are nothing more than another opponent. And so he said, good luck. And that was it, man. So that was it with that. And so, yeah, so right after that, we had a vignette of Kris Statlander and legit Leyla Hirsch. So they, of course, have a feud as well.
Leyla, you call yourself a legit athlete, but a legit athlete would know how to take a loss, learn from the experience, and yet all you've done is blame me for winning.
Stat, you said that my parents had a reason for giving me up for adoption.
This is why I called you childish, and I stand by what I said. I mean it with every fiber of my being.
Why am I doing this? Why am I talking to this camera? She said what she said.
You want to talk about struggles? I'll give you something to struggle about. You're about to see a whole other side of Kris Statlander that nobody's ever seen before.
I'm done talking. I'm gonna let my actions speak louder than your words.
And so yeah, so that was it with that. And so yeah, man. So right after that, we had Wardlow. We had Wardlow with Shawn Spears in his corner versus Cezar Bononi. And so yeah, man, Bononi, he is freaking tall, bro. He is freaking tall. He is bigger than Wardlow. And Wardlow is no small guy, man. Wardlow is a big freaking dude. And Wardlow looks small, man, to Cezar Bononi. But yeah, man, this match was not very long, man. We had Wardlow, he had his Powerbomb Symphony to Bononi 3 times to win the match, so therefore Wardlow wins the match. And so yeah, so right after the match, Spears, he tried to hit Bononi with a chair, but Wardlow, he had took the chair from Shawn Spears, and so Spears, he didn't like that, and so both of these guys, they were staring at each other's faces, and so Spears, he had walked away. And so yeah, so Wardlow, he had enough, man. Wardlow had enough of Shawn Spears trying to take all the credit, you know, keep bashing his opponents and all that stuff with the chair right after Wardlow beating him. But yeah, man, so we, you know, of course the babyface turn is coming. We just don't know when. It might happen at Revolution. We don't know. You know, maybe it does. But yeah, man. But yeah, it's eventually gonna happen. The face turn is eventually gonna happen. But yeah, man. But yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that we had Malakai Black. We had a vignette from Malakai Black and House of Black. So that's Malakai Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, the newly signed AEW talent, Buddy Matthews.
You have deemed us inherently evil. But wasn't it the House, Black, that gave you new sight? Wasn't it the House, Pentagon, that gave you new means to find new levels of
violence? The part of the human condition that society chooses to shun. The part that the House has embraced and enforced as you sit back and cast.
Judgment. The one thing everyone passes, yet everyone fears to receive. We don't cast judgment, we seek the truth. And the truth is that we are the House.
And the House
always
wins.
And that was it, man. That was it. Man, they look great together, bro. The House of Black, dude, they look great together. Malakai Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, man, they look great together, man. And I said this last week, man. When they bring the trios titles in, they will be going after it, man. I will send them right after the trios titles. But yeah, man, that was it with that, man. And so yeah, so right after that we had Wardlow and Shawn Spears. So Alex Marvez, who was backstage, he interviews Wardlow and Shawn Spears.
Here with Wardlow and I know you're mad, big man. No big deal. I still love you, okay? But big news, big news. Maxie, come here, baby. Come here. Listen. Hey, buddy. Heard you got a little bit perturbed earlier with Spearsy, and I just want to give you some good news.
Look, MJF was wiping the blood off his hands. He was wiping the blood off his hand with a wet towel, man. Man.
Okay? If you win the Face of the Revolution ladder match, and if you beat the TNT champion, I'll let you keep the title, man. Woo! Right? Besides, it's not like you're going to win it anyway.
Oh.
It's because I'm too busy making sure you're always winning.
Oh. Oh! Slapped him in his face. MJF just slapped Wardlow in the face.
Maybe you forgot something. You aren't a professional wrestler. You are my bodyguard. You don't work for AEW. You work for me. If I were you, I would not mistake my kindness for weakness, or I swear to God, you and your family will be out on the street.
Ooh. Woo. Oh, that was it with that, man. Some nerve, bro, MJF have, man. Some nerve. You gotta be a crazy dude to slap a guy like Wardlow in the face, man. And MJF, he got away with it, man. He know he could get away with it because Wardlow is working for MJF, kayfabe. But yeah, man. Dude. But yeah, man, that was it with that, man. That was it with that. I'm loving this MJF, man. Loving this MJF and Punk feud. But yeah, man. So yeah, that was pretty much it with that. And so before we get into the main event, let's talk about Rampage. For AEW Rampage, we have a triple threat TNT Championship match. So it's gonna be Darby Allin versus the TNT champion Sammy Guevara versus Andrade El Idolo in a TNT Championship match. And of course, nobody can get involved in this match because if somebody does get involved in the match, you know, somebody's gonna get suspended and fined. And also we have Keith Lee. He's gonna be fighting on AEW Rampage. So we don't know who he's going against, but they said he's in action. And also we had Serena Deeb's Professor's 5-minute challenge. And so also on Rampage we have the Face of the Revolution qualifying match. So I'm guessing it's the final qualifying match for the ladder match. So it's gonna be All Ego Ethan Page versus Christian Cage. So yeah, so Christian Cage, he hasn't been in the ring in a while. So yeah, man. I don't know who's gonna win this match, man. I might have to give it to Christian Cage. And Christian Cage, he actually made his debut at Revolution last year, you know, in a non-wrestling role, of course. But yeah, so yeah, I will put Christian Cage in that ladder match, and you know, because he's synonymous with ladder matches and all that stuff, you know, tag team ladder matches. So he have a long history with ladders. Christian Cage does. I'll put Christian Cage in this ladder match. So that was pretty much it with Rampage. So yeah, so I will be making my AEW Revolution 2022 predictions at the end of the show. So yeah, man. So our trios main event match, we had Adam Cole and ReDRagon. So that's Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish versus Hangman Adam Page, the AEW World Champion, John Silver and Alex Reynolds. So yeah, so Cole the entire time he kept avoiding Hangman Adam Page, so he tagged out, and so Fish and Page they started off the match, and they were going back and forth. And then Silver and O'Reilly, they were trading kicks. And then Fish, he went right at the Page's leg. And so at that point, Cole, he finally tagged in. And then Cole tried to go for the Panama Sunrise to Page, but Page, he had reversed it. And so, yeah, so at that point, both of these guys, they were reversing each other's finishing moves and signature moves. And so the heels had to control the match during the commercial break, picture-in-picture, of course. And so Cole, he had hit a Ushigoroshi to Silver. And so, yeah, so Silver, he kicked out. And so, yeah, it was kind of interesting seeing Cole, fighting John Silver and Alex Reynolds because, if you guys keep up with being the elite, Adam Cole, he started to warm up to John Silver and Alex Reynolds because at first he used to hate him, but now he started to warm up to him and, be friends with them. And, yeah, so it was really interesting seeing them fight each other tonight on Dynamite. But, yeah, man. So, yeah, we had a hot tag to Page. And so Cole, he once again tagged out. And so Page had took out ReDRagon. And Page had hit a pop-up powerbomb to O'Reilly. And O'Reilly had kicked out. And so Cole tagged in. And then Page, he was playing possum to Cole. And so, yeah, so Page and Cole, they were face-to-face. And so they finally fought. And so, yeah, so all 6 of these guys, they were in the middle of the ring. And they were fighting each other. And we had a lariat to Cole from Page. And then Cole, he landed right on his neck. So that, had to hurt, man. And so, yeah, so Cole and Reynolds, they were going back and forth. And then we had the super kick to Reynolds. And so to end the match, we had Adam Cole. He had his finishing move, the boom, to Reynolds to win the match. So therefore, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish wins the match. So we still need a name for the Undisputed Era, man. We still need a name for Adam Cole, for Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. We need a name for these guys, but they're the super elite. But yeah, man, so right after the match, we had Cole. He attacked Reynolds. And so, yeah, so Page, he had saved Reynolds. And he took out Fish and O'Reilly. Page tried to go for the buckshot lariat to Cole. But Fish, he had kicked Page. Bobby Fish, he was outside the ring. He had kicked Page from outside the ring. And so, yeah, so Fish and O'Reilly, they duct taped Page on the ring ropes. And so Cole, he started taunting Hangman Adam Page. And so Fish and O'Reilly, they hit the high-low to Silver. Cole, he had hit the Panama Sunrise to Reynolds. And so, yeah, Page, he tried to fight back, while he was taped on the ropes. But he couldn't because, of course, he was taped to the ropes. So the only thing he could do was kick and all that stuff. But, yeah, and so we had a series of super kicks to Page from Cole. And so Cole, he had grabbed the AEW World Championship, man. And that AEW World Championship looked great on Adam Cole, man. It looked great on him, man. One day he will win that championship, but he's not gonna win the championship right now. He's not. But man, that AEW World Championship would look great around Adam Cole's waist, man. It would look great around his waist. But yeah, he grabbed the championship, man, and that AEW World Championship is so beautiful too, man. And so yeah, and it's so beautiful, man, that it looks great on everybody. But yeah, man, but Cole, he had grabbed the championship, the AEW World Championship, and he placed it on Hangman Adam Page. And, saying that title belongs to me. Cole, that's what Cole has said. He said this championship belongs to me. And so, yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with that, man. Great match, dude. Great main event. And, yeah, so, of course, Hangman Adam Page, two Adams going at it. Adam Hangman Page and Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship. This should be really good, man. As I said before, man, Cole, Page, he's going to retain his championship. But yeah, one day Cole will get one day he will win that championship. But now it's probably not the time for him to win that championship. But yeah, but he will eventually win the championship. But yeah, man, but that was it with AEW Dynamite. And yeah, man, just like what I said before, really fun show, man. Fun show. That big announcement from Tony Khan was a big deal, bro. Big deal. And probably the right decision too, man. Right decision. Great business move too. Ring of Honor, they desperately needed help. And Tony Khan was there to help them out. So props to Tony Khan. And it's going to be a better Ring of Honor. It's going to be a better Ring of Honor now that Tony Khan have his hands on Ring of Honor and he's the new owner. Like that company will be in better hands because, as I said before, man, Tony Khan is a wrestling encyclopedia, man. He is a huge fan of professional wrestling. You can see it, bro. He is a wrestling fan, just like me, just like everybody else. And he knows everything about everybody, man. Ring of Honor is in great hands, and it gives Ring of Honor nothing but exposure, dude. Nothing but exposure. Yeah, of course, the MJF and CM Punk stuff was really good. The beatdown and the whole visual of that was just so great, man. And the Bryan Danielson and Christopher Daniels match was really good. And the trios main event, bro, was really good. The tag team battle royale was hectic, man. It was crazy, but it still turned out really good. But yeah, man, that was it, man. That was it. I can't wait for Revolution this Sunday. Cannot wait, man. You do not want to miss Revolution. Do not want to miss it. But yeah, man. And I said this last week, and I said it tonight. And I'm gonna say it again. AEW Revolution, when 2022 is over, man, AEW Revolution could be one of the best. It could be one of the best pay-per-views of this year. It will be up there as one of the best pay-per-views of this year. And yeah, they absolutely stacked up this show. Absolutely stacked up Revolution. Now, the AEW Revolution predictions. So for AEW Revolution, we had the buy-in. So yeah, so the buy-in is gonna be legit Leyla Hirsch versus Kris Statlander in the buy-in. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Kris Statlander to win the match. Or you know what? Might have to go with legit Leyla Hirsch. Because she recently turned heel, and Kris Statlander beat her I think twice already. So yeah, so legit Leyla Hirsch, she gotta get that win. And then also on the buy-in we have Hook versus QT Marshall, the leader of the Factory. So yeah, so of course, man, this is a no-brainer, man. Hook all the way. Hook is gonna win this match. Revolution. So this is Hook's first pay-per-view match. His first pay-per-view match, but it's on the buy-in, man. But yeah, man. And also we had the AEW World Championship match. It's gonna be Hangman Adam Page, the AEW World Champion, versus Adam Cole. So yeah, so I said this just now, man, earlier. Hangman Adam Page to retain the championship. So right after that, we have CM Punk versus MJF in a dog collar match. So I'm going with MJF to win the match. Some people thinking that CM Punk will win, but me, maybe he will because MJF he did beat CM Punk like what 3 times already. So maybe Punk does win this match, maybe. But yeah, MJF, I think MJF he has to win this match because right after that win, man, MJF he has to go after that world championship. He has to go after Hangman Adam Page in that world championship. And when he does go after Hangman Adam Page, he needs to win that championship. He needs to win the AEW World Championship if he does go after Page. So that's why I'm saying that he shouldn't lose, because if you lose in a dog collar match and you go after the AEW World Championship, it's not gonna make any sense. So MJF he needs to win this match. He needs to win this match and go after the AEW World Championship. But yeah, there are a lot of different things that's gonna happen in this match. It could go either way. Either Punk wins or MJF wins. But if I'm a betting person, if I'm a betting man, I'm going with MJF to win the match. And so yeah, so our next match we have Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. So this should be really good, man. I'm going with Jon Moxley. To win the match. And so yeah, so right after that we had the Tornado Trios match. So it's gonna be Matt Hardy, Andrade El Idolo, and Isaiah Cassidy. So together they are the AHFO versus, if he's still the TNT champion, Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin, if Darby Allin wins the championship, and Sting. So yeah, man. So I'm going with Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting to win the match. And so right after that we have the AEW Women's World Championship match. Dr. Britt Baker, the AEW Women's World Champion, versus Thunder Rosa. I'm going with Dr. Britt Baker to win the match because not only did she lose tonight, which I'm not happy about, but she got to get her revenge back. Because usually before a pay-per-view, usually when somebody get the upper hand, on the go-home show, they usually lose the pay-per-view match. So yeah, so that's another reason why Dr. Britt Baker is going to retain the championship. But yeah, and also we had the Face of the Revolution ladder match. So it's going to be Orange Cassidy, Wardlow, Keith Lee, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, and either Christian Cage or All Ego Ethan Page. But yeah, Orange Cassidy, of course, he earned his shot last week on AEW Rampage. So yeah, man. So I'm going with to win this match. I'm going with Keith Lee. But yeah, Wardlow might be the guy. They might go with Wardlow, but with me, I'm going with Keith Lee. I'm going with Keith Lee to win the match. Maybe it will be Wardlow. Maybe Wardlow will win this match, but me, I'm going with Keith Lee to win the match. But yeah, and also we have Eddie Kingston versus Chris Jericho. I say that Eddie Kingston beats Chris Jericho by hook and crook. Santana and Ortiz, they come in and they turn their back on Jericho and align themselves with Eddie Kingston. And Eddie Kingston turns heel. So yeah, I can see that happening. And so yeah, man. And also we have the TBS Championship match. So that's Jade Cargill, the TBS champion, versus Tay Conti. So yeah, I'm going with, just like what I said earlier about the Hook match, Hook and QT Marshall match. This is a no-brainer. Jade Cargill is going to retain the championship. And yeah, and she's going to continue to be undefeated. And also we have the Triple Threat Tag Team Championship match, AEW World Tag Team Championship Triple Threat match. We have ReDRagon, so that's Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, versus the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, versus the Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Ooh, so this is a tough one right here. Really tough one. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are going to retain the championships. And ReDRagon and the Young Bucks, they're going to get into it. They're going to cost each other the match, which is going to cause Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus win the match. Dissension in the Super Elite is going to continue to happen. And yeah, and that's when the Super Elite is going to break away. Cole is going to align himself with Fish and O'Reilly, and when Kenny Omega comes back, he's going to align himself with the Bucks. So I can see that happening, man. I don't know when Kenny's coming back, but yeah, the Bucks and ReDRagon, they're going to end up costing each other the titles. So yeah, that was it with my predictions for AEW Revolution 2022. Should be a really great show, man. Should be a really great show on Sunday, so I can't wait for Sunday. And yeah, man. And that was it, man. That was it with everything, man. And yeah, man. And if you haven't done this already, man, if you like the video, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, because I am here each and every single week, man. Hit that bell for all notifications. And subscribe to the channel, because I'm here each and every single week, man. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man, comment down below. Tell me how you felt about AEW Dynamite. And yeah, man. And also, man, we have Impact Wrestling Sacrifice. Impact Wrestling Sacrifice is on Saturday as well. So we have a big week, man. A big week today. Big week this week. So yeah, AEW Dynamite, Impact Wrestling on Thursday, AEW Rampage, and then Saturday, Impact Wrestling Sacrifice, and then Sunday, AEW Revolution. So that's a lot, man. That's a lot. I'm not going to be able to do Impact Wrestling. I'm not going to be able to do the Impact Wrestling review on Thursdays anymore. But I will still review their pay-per-views and all that. I will still watch their shows, but I'm not going to be able to review it on the show. AEW Rampage, I'm probably not going to be able to do. When pay-per-views come up, I'm probably not going to be able to do AEW Rampage, but I will still review AEW Rampage. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to review it this week, because, Sacrifice is Saturday, and then Sunday is AEW Revolution, so that's a lot of stuff, a lot of uploading that I have to do. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Saturday for Impact Wrestling Sacrifice, and I'll see you guys on Sunday for AEW Revolution 2022, man. So yeah, man. And yeah, man, once again, guys, thank you for the love and the support for the show. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. Oh my God, man, I've been here for an hour and 9 minutes. Golly. Did not know I was going. I did not know I was on here that long. But yeah, man. Thank you guys for the love and support. Thank you guys for the 300 subscribers too. Thank you guys. And yeah, man, if you missed last week's review of AEW Dynamite, the video is gonna be right up here in this corner. It was really the last video that I had uploaded, so you'll see it. But the video is gonna be right up here in this corner, and the link to that video will be down below in the description. So make sure you check it out if you missed it. And yeah, man, and this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.